Welcome back to another long-awaited devlog. There's been lots going on, and I've been trying to get as much work done for it as I can. The new semester of college has started. That's one thing. A lot of work on the project I've been doing, which I'm happy to show y'all. The first big news is I have the name picked out. I talked about it in the last video, but I like the name Anastasis to represent the repetitive nature of the players who die and respawn and meet the same fate that got them all there in the first place. The player is a human that died in an unfit way, requiring their souls to be judged in the labyrinths of the ancient ruined societies that once settled there. These societies, made up of the souls like yourself, reached new levels, and with each level required new skills and resources that they did not have. Being unfit for survival, the societies were wiped out and something new took place, something that God seemed more appropriate for their more courageous prisoners. This will be for the player to discover. I added a stamina system for more balance in the game. The stamina bar drains when you attack or if you run, and with each weapon swing you do, it drains the stamina, and I have it set up like similar to the damage system where each weapon I can just change the number on the nodes and change how much stamina it uses. I'm going to have more implementation with it once I start making my shield system. I already have a shield, I already have the left hand, and I'm going to prioritize the left hand for the shields. Sorry left-handed people, but right now I'm trying to make a system that works right now. I have a new modeled enemy, the One-Eyed Knight. There's more texture work to be done, but the model and AI are set up, and the Mushroom Man I have is going to be changed to be a more shy approach. Once he hits you, he runs away. And the One-Eyed Knight is going to be the confident one, running up, swinging, and blocking your attacks. And you put them in the room together, they actually make a really fun fighting sequence. It's a cool interaction. The flow is pretty nice. I got a friend, Jose, who is helping me out with the texture work a lot. He's using Substance Painter, and I use Krita to make the current texture. So that's going to be a tremendous help, and it's going to look great. Pretty proud of what I was able to do on Krita, if I'm being honest. I will say that was tough, hopping back and forth between the app, but I did it. Definitely chose to do it the hard way. I also have now a clear objective with the game loop kind of more solidified. Along with coordinated room resource spawning, I made a room specifically for the boss fog wall key. It's kind of like the boss, where once the dungeon's done generating, it spawns it in. Once it spawns in, you now have the global objective of finding the key, gearing up on the items crafted from the dungeon, and fighting the boss to get the final key for the next dungeon to be opened. The resource and room amount can be iffy with how it chooses to spawn resources, and another problem is trying to make a crafting system based on procedurally generated resources that don't give you everything in the first 5 rooms. If it was an open world, this could be a good thing for building and more abundant reason for crafting, but this dungeon is not meant for building, and instead meant for steady upgrades and gear. So I need to kind of make things more sparsed out, or maybe increase item amounts. This problem I do plan to fix another way by adding a crafting table along with the current chest I have at the spawn. This table and chest would be the property of the guide that accompanies the same spawn room as you and allows you to use his tools and room as a safe space for the player to rest, recuperate, also save your game. And that leads us on to the next thing that I think is pretty cool. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to try to have a lot of fun with it, make it fleshed out. Is the new NPC, the Guide, which name's probably going to change. I don't like that. This is a fellow spirit that made it farther than anyone else. He was an extremely talented and brave warrior that almost made it to the end, but he was put down by the gods. And as a gift for making it farther than anyone else, he was gifted with life again and the duty to guide spirits towards the mouth of the dungeon, but chained and altered to keep him from truly succeeding and remembering what waits at the end. One thing to know is that I did base the guide off of Virgil from Dante's Inferno, and the entire themes of prisons and religions from Dante's Inferno itself are going to be a reflection in my dungeons and lore. I have an idea of making 13 different dungeons, very similar to Dante's Inferno, but I'm not exactly sure on that yet. I don't want it to be just a copy, paste. I don't want it to be like a parody. I want it to be its own thing, but I do I just like the number 13 and how it's like symbolized everywhere. But we'll see about that. I don't know. We'll see. Some more things to come with the future of Anastasis is I'm going to go and make all the different stances and animations for each weapon. I'm going to try to make all the animations more fluid. Each weapon's going to have its own attacks. I had that before, but with this new model, I have only the one-handed attack combo, so that's definitely going to be a big update. Right now, I'm focusing on just this main dungeon and trying to get the gameplay loop and everything working right before I move on to any others. I want to keep things kind of tight, flesh it out, polish it. I plan on changing the demon enemy because right now it's just a Mixamo model, and as nice as it is having Mixamo, there's a little worm in my head that's telling me I gotta make things my own and get the personal touch of creators in the game instead of just the free resource. I like the personal, and that's not even from me personally, just the actual human touch people put into their games. You know, it's like the same argument people make with AI, where it's not human made, it's just a computer. And I know Mixamo isn't like that exactly. However, I think everyone should kind of try to strive and put their own personal touch on things and make something new. And it's a great placeholder, like it works, everything like that's fine. I'm just going to replace it with a more fitting model, animations, so that enemy's going to get some change. I think the 3 enemies I have are a good balance. I got the one ranged. I'm going to have to nerf him a little bit because the teleporting's too much. I know that one's a factor I'm going to have to change. I have a new texture for the base player with just like a simple loincloth that's on the same texture work as the skin, and the face I'm going to have some form of customization where you can change the color maybe of the eyes on each shape of textures, and you place them onto the face as its own texture. I just said texture so many times, but some customization, some more kind of fluid encounters with the enemies and how the player interacts with the world and enemies. I'm going to have the more polished world in general, wrapping up how the lore, the gameplay loop is there now, and that's very fun. So there's lots to work on and lots to see what can be done. This was a very big update I tried to get out, and there's been a lot of things happening, so I apologize for the delay, but it's very much still in the works. Also, once I'm done with Siege Fest, I might touch up on Meat God a little bit, because there's one system that I just cannot stand doing, and that's a save system. But I now have a save system that was the free asset of the month. About last semester I got it during summer, and I thought that would be a perfect opportunity to hop back on Meat God and try to get that project going again. I think I'm gonna mostly wrap this one up before I do touch it, but I will definitely work on it again. No, this one's been very fun, but I've been doing it for a very long time, and mostly by myself, so there's better things I can work on, some more fun things to do. This one is absolutely fun. It's awesome. I'm really excited with where it's going, and I can't wait to work on it more. A final announcement is that I will be displaying my game for playtesting and having discussions with others about indie games around the Atlanta area. It's the first time I'll be displaying a personal project, and I think it's going to be a nice, fun time. It's going to be cool to get my stuff out there and see what other people are working on. I saw some cool games on the website. This will be on September 20th. If you want more information, I'll leave a link for the event in the description of the video. So yes, until the next update, I will be working on this. I'm going to get some more posts out from the Siege Expo and more updates. All my links you can find in the description. My Twitter, very active. It's where I mostly post. I have a Fiverr account, which if you like any of the models or the animations you see, I have gigs on Fiverr. You can hire me to do those. Please, I would love to get some freelance in. I'd love to be part of some people's projects. So, again, thank you for watching, and that's it.